Welcome back to part 2 of my Desk Deputy utility cart build. We're fixing to put that top platform on for the Desk Deputy. I've got to figure out a way to hold it on the cart and put the side braces on at the same time. Looks like it's a good fit, but I've only got 2 hands, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to clamp it or something so I can hold the platform on top there and screw in my side braces. What I'm going to do first is take a couple pieces of scrap wood and tack them to the back rails of the cart. That'll kind of hold it down and in place so I can put the side braces on the platform. Okay, I'm going to take my brad nailer and nail these 2 little pieces of scrap wood to the back. That'll kind of pinch that platform and hold it in place. Bought that brad nailer from Harbor Freight a little over a year ago, and I've been real happy with it. The thing you got to remember about these air tools is you want to keep every time you use one, you want to put 1 or 2 drops of oil down the inlet of the air tool, and it keeps all the seals and everything lubricated. You can buy that tool oil from Harbor Freight, but it's been a good little brad nailer. Yeah, I think I'm going to try a clamp and see if I can't clamp that corner piece on there so I can drill the holes and put in the screws. But as you'll see, the clamp didn't really work because of the there was really nothing there I could clamp it to anyway that I could figure out. But as you can see, it's not going to work. So decided I'm going to try something else. Okay, decided I'm going to take a couple pieces of scrap plywood, attach them to the brace with my brad nailer, and then attach those scrap pieces of plywood to the sides of the platform and one on the back to the 2x4. That should hold it in place so I can drill my pilot holes and put the screws in. Want to make sure it's nice and flush with the edge, and I have a good angle and it fits flush with the platform. Use my miter saw, my Harbor Freight miter saw, to cut those 45s. It's pretty accurate. I know there are a few reviewers that said it wasn't accurate, but mine is for some reason. I don't have any problems with it. So there it is. So all I need to do now is put the screws and stuff in. I won't bore you with that, and put the other side on. Okay, I got the platform on. Seems nice and sturdy and steady. Looks like it'll be plenty, have plenty of support. Next thing I'll do is put in my holes so I can add my attachments and stuff like that. And there it is with the desk deputy on it. My next scene will be the completed cart. Welcome back to my shop. Here's a finished product for my desk deputy cart. It came up pretty good. I'm real happy with it. Let me do a 360 so you can get a whole view of it. I added a lot of different things to it, and I think it came up pretty good. I put the accessories in the front with the holes like I planned on. The only problem I had was with the crevice tool. Of course, doesn't stay in the hole. There's nothing to catch it. So I made a dowel that fits the inside diameter of the crevice tool and just bolted it down to the top. That holds the crevice tool. My 2-inch extensions, I took a piece of 2x4, used a keyhole saw and cut a hole through the center that fits the outside diameter of my extension, and they just go right into the hole there and it's pulled up. The back I used what I call a ladder hanger. You can buy these at Harbor Freight. You can get them on sale for like $2, and I use them quite a bit. And of course, on the other shed, I've got my ladders hanging on them. I also have some in the garage here that I hang my paper from, and a couple step stools and some other stuff. And I thought it would work real good to hang my hoses on. I just mounted it to the back here with 2 screws, and it holds the hoses. In the center, I have my smaller extensions, and I just made a couple little racks out of wood that hold my center extensions in place. And then on this side, instead of trying to wrap up the power cord on the vacuum cleaner all the time and trying to reach in there to do it, I just made a little hook and hang the power cord on the side. So the only other thing that I want to do to it is the switch is kind of hard to reach. You got to kind of reach underneath there and feel it to turn it on and off. So I think what I'm going to do is cut the cord and run a separate switch on here. It'll go from the cord to the switch and then to the outlet. That way I can just leave this switch on the bottom on and control the circuit from a switch on top. Alright, I'm going to do a quick update to my desk deputy utility cart. I went ahead and put on that external switch so I don't have to reach underneath the platform to get to the switch on the vacuum cleaner. But it's going to be kind of hard to film this with the camera on the tripod. So what I'm going to do is stop the tape and pick up the camera, and then I'll be able to show you better what I'm talking about and how I did it. Okay, here's the switch I put on there. I used a regular junction box. Let's see if I can get a close-up here. Right here I used a regular junction box. I just had to cut a little corner of it off so it would fit inside this little hole, and worked out pretty good. So I don't have any exposed wires or anything behind that switch. Goes from the outlet into the switch, and then from the switch to the vacuum cleaner. Let me walk around and I'll show you how I did the bottom part of it. I put a cord on it. I cut the cord on the vacuum cleaner probably about 12-14 inches, and then put a male plug, regular plug, on the bottom of the switch, if I can get it off. It's just a regular plug. That way, if I got to pull the vacuum cleaner out, I can. If I need to use the vacuum cleaner for something else besides being on the cart, I can just plug in a regular extension cord and leave the regular cord for the vacuum cleaner on the cart. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to plug this back in with one hand. So let me pause this and get this plugged in. Alright, got it plugged back in. And that's what it looks like up underneath there. And it works. Got the switch right here on the side, and I can just that way I don't have to reach underneath there and try to find the switch on the vacuum cleaner itself. But that's my update. But that's my disc deputy cart. I think it came out real good. And the next time I make a video, hopefully I'll be doing some chairs or some benches or something like that. I want to start, I've got everything in my shop set up where I want it now. Got the boat out of here, got my tools all set up, got my bench done. And so now I want to start building some stuff. I've been spending probably the last year just getting my shop set up. And I'm ready to start building some furniture or some other things that I might even be able to sell on Craigslist. So next time we see you, I'll be starting a new project, and it'll be something besides something in my garage to put together. So see you next time.